This is Ice Cream Gecko, and in today's video we are going to take a look at Barilla Ragù Montanaro con funghi e salsiccia with fungi, with mushrooms and sausage, 100% Italian pork. This carne in pezzi grandi, I guess it means meat in big pieces, something like that. I don't speak Italian. I want to learn it though at some point. Yeah, and if I want to read that properly and read it out properly in Italian, I am well advised to do that. Okay, yeah, this is a sauce that I think is sold in Italy, I assume, and in Austria and Switzerland. There's no DE on here, so let us zoom in on the nutrition table and pause if you want to read that, and pause if you want to read this part of the ingredients list, and pause if you want to read that part of the ingredients list. I can try to translate the German section for the Austrians and the Swiss people. We've got tomato sauce with pork meat, champignons, so mushrooms, and pork sausage. And this is really what it seems to be like. Serves 3 people. I guess it's made in Italy. 300 grams, 285 milliliters of sauce. So yeah, I think I'm going to just open this up now. Let's pop the lid. Nice pop. Looks alright here. This is what it looks like opened up. I guess we can see there part of the mushrooms already. Meat granules all over the place. Let's see what it smells of. It smells of tomato stuff. It reminds me of these dishes for babies in the jars with meat in them, like the ground or small piece meat with carrots and some tomato sauce and that sort of stuff, like one of these baby meals. Not as much of pasta sauce, to be honest. Maybe I'm just weird. I usually don't have pasta sauce with meat in it. Maybe this is just the difference to the regular stuff. Okay, let's take a spoon and let's take a saucer and put some of that stuff on the saucer. See what this is like. So, bit of a sample here. Let's close up the lid. Don't worry, I'll prepare some pasta in no time and then we'll have it on pasta as well. But here we can see the texture of the sauce itself. So we've got small pieces here, which I think is onion pieces, some more reddish stuff, which could be tomato, maybe carrots. Here we've got all of these little meat pieces. Don't know if that's the pork sausage or just the pork meat. It doesn't look very chunky though. Like it says carne in pezzi grandi. Yeah, there. Remember what I said? Yeah, it doesn't look too grande, I think. Yeah, it just looks like the regular bolognese size meat piece in the sauce. Let's go for the taste test of that. So, flavor-wise it's okay. Tastes like a hearty pasta sauce with meat in it. Tastes like the ground meat that you use for bolognese. Some chunks of vegetables are in here alongside the meat. Overall, very decent flavor. No big pieces of meat or mushrooms yet, but flavor-wise it's fine. Reminds me of a hearty, slightly sweet pasta sauce, and this is what this seems to be like. Texture of the meat in the mouth when the saucy stuff of the sauce is gone is decent though. So let's get some pasta prepared, put this on and see what it feels like on the pasta. Alright, a large portion size of spaghettoni has been prepared, so let us take the sauce, mix it a bit and put some sauce of it on the pasta. Let's see what it's like. It does remind me an awful lot of bolognese. Looks wise, it's certainly fine. Let's see what it is like taste-wise when it is playing the whole orchestra with the noodles. Let's see, mix this up a little bit. I've spilled some already. That's the nature of me, eating noodles in front of the camera. I broke the pasta, by the way. I broke the spaghettoni in half because I wanted to use a smaller pot and I wanted an even cook on the noodles. So I've committed a crime, an Italian food crime. Let's go for the first taste test with the noodles. Yeah, it is surprisingly a lot sweeter than I anticipated. It is a bit more, not as creamy, it's less homogeneous than bolognese, but it does remind me of bolognese an awful lot because of these, what seems like ground meat pieces. Here we finally have a piece of mushroom. And there's a lot less mushroom in here, by the looks of it, than I anticipated. I thought that this is really what we're getting, but it's not quite. That's not quite there. No, it's not quite there. Oh, there we have a mushroom piece. Oh, lovely. One that actually does resemble a mushroom. It's not very resistant to the bite. It just disintegrates upon the first millinewton of applied force. It tastes like just like a regular pasta sauce with meat in it. It doesn't feel special. I thought it might be something special. Montanaro sounds kind of cool, but it just feels like a sweeter bolognese. Yeah, this is what this really reminds me of. I don't really taste any mushrooms, and since the only piece of mushroom that we saw, well, the actual one that resembles a mushroom, wasn't all that exciting either, I have to say that I'm slightly disappointed by this. But I think I'm going to finish this off, and I'll see you with the review sheet in just a second. The consumption process is complete and we are ready to rate this with the review sheet. First impression wise, I'm giving 1 out of 1 available point. Scent wise it was fine, looks wise it was fine, nothing to complain about at all. Color wise, same story here, nothing was off color in any way, everything looked very similar to what it did on the jar. But consistency and texture wise is where it starts really, because consistency and texture wise it wasn't even close to what I expected this sort of stuff to feel like on the tongue, in the mouth. It just felt like we have got ground meat and then some, well, lackluster pieces of mushroom sprinkled into this, and some very finely diced pieces of, I guess, carrots and onions in between the tomato sauce and maybe some other tomato chunks. Overall, the consistency and texture wise, this was quite disappointing. Taste wise, I'm giving 3 out of 5 available points, because it wasn't something entirely terrible, but it certainly wasn't something fantastic either. It was quite sweet, a lot sweeter than I anticipated. Maybe it's marketed for children? I don't know. Whenever I feel like something is a bit sweet, I always feel like it's maybe for children or something, because I expected something a lot more hearty, and especially when you see that meat and these meat pieces and the salsiccia, you expect something a bit more salty maybe, something with a bit more like oomph to it, not something that is as sweet as this particular pasta sauce is. Overall, it is maybe not even deserving of a 3 out of 5, maybe more of a 2.5 out of 5, because it's not been better than average. If it wasn't for the Barilla branding of this, I would have thought that this came from a regular supermarket, their in-house brands from Lidl or Aldi. But this one he didn't, so not a great satisfying eating experience, I have to say. Thematisation wise, I'm also giving 0.25 out of 1 available point, because we didn't really see any of the mushroom pieces that come even close to that sort of eating sensation or that sort of piece of meat that we have there. We had ground beef, it seemed like, which is not beef but pork, but in the end it feels the same in the mouth, and it just feels like a sort of sweet cheap bolognese. Nothing special about this whatsoever, eating sensation wise, in my book. Therefore, in total, we end up with a 6.25 out of 10 for the Barilla Ragù Montanaro. I am quite disappointed by this, and I don't know if I've made people angry with this particular video, with this particular opinion on this particular sauce. But if you've had this before, please let me know in the comment section what you think about it, because I'm not too happy with it. Another key takeaway from this review is also that maybe it's not the best idea to split the spaghettoni in half and well, prepare them like that and eat them like that with pasta sauce, because I look like I have escaped the psych ward during lunchtime. I've got pasta sauce all over my shirt, and it's been a while since that has happened for the last time. So yeah, maybe don't do it. Maybe it's a pasta or Italian food crime for a reason, because it makes you look like an idiot. Anyway, I think this is where I'm going to end this particular video. If you have got a question or a video suggestion, please leave it down in the comment section below. And if you want to see more videos just like this one, feel free to subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope I'm going to see you soon. Until then, bye-bye.